Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Master Channel. I'm Asadullah.
And I'm Sarah. Today, we're talking about something that is changing the way millions of people learn English, using AI to practice speaking.
That's right. We're going to show you the ChatGPT method. And when we say method, we mean a complete practical system you can start using today with no special equipment, no expensive tutors, and no fear of judgment.
Because, let's be honest, one of the biggest barriers to speaking English is simply not having someone to talk to. And even when you do, you might feel nervous or embarrassed.
Exactly. But AI changes that completely. ChatGPT is available 24/7, it never gets tired, and it never judges you. It's like having a patient, supportive conversation partner in your pocket.
In this video, we'll cover what ChatGPT can actually do for your speaking skills and what it can't, how to use voice mode, the feature that makes all the difference, specific prompts that turn ChatGPT into a personal English tutor, real practice examples from beginner to advanced, a sample 20-minute daily routine you can copy, and a word tour to help you remember key vocabulary.
If you find this video helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to English Master Channel, and let us know in the comments, have you ever tried speaking with AI?
All right, let's start with the basics. What exactly is ChatGPT?
For anyone who doesn't know, ChatGPT is an AI chatbot developed by OpenAI. It can understand and generate human-like text, and now, with voice mode, it can actually speak to you.
But why is that so useful for English learners?
Because traditional language learning is often passive. You read, you listen, maybe you write. But speaking is active. You need to produce language in real time, and that requires practice.
And here's the key. AI tools like ChatGPT allow English learners to practice anytime, anywhere, as a conversation partner, a tutor, or even a writing assistant, depending on how you use it.
Unlike a human partner, ChatGPT is always available, early morning, late at night, during your lunch break. It doesn't get bored repeating the same conversation, and it doesn't laugh at your mistakes.
But it's not just about convenience. Studies show that using AI for speaking practice reduces anxiety. When you know the listener isn't judging you, you're more willing to take risks, and taking risks is how you improve.
That's a great point. A lot of learners freeze because they're afraid of making mistakes in front of another person. With ChatGPT, you can make 100 mistakes, and every single one is just a learning opportunity.
Now, before we go any further, let's clarify something important. ChatGPT is not perfect. It's a tool, not a magic solution.
Right. It won't give you detailed pronunciation analysis. It can't see your mouth movements, and it sometimes makes mistakes, just like any AI.
But as a speaking partner, someone to practice with, to build fluency, to learn new phrases, and to gain confidence, it's absolutely brilliant.
Okay, so how do we actually use it? The first step is understanding voice mode.
ChatGPT's voice mode is the feature that makes spoken practice possible. Without it, you're just typing, which is good for writing, but not for speaking.
Here's how it works. On the ChatGPT mobile app, iOS or Android, you tap the headphone icon. Then you speak into your phone, and ChatGPT responds out loud with a natural, human-like voice.
But it's not just a simple text-to-speech. OpenAI has developed something called Advanced Voice Mode. This feature was launched in July 2024 and has been improving ever since.
What makes it advanced? 3 things. First, it can interrupt. If you cut ChatGPT off mid-sentence, it stops and listens, just like a real conversation.
Second, it understands tone and emotion. If you sound excited, nervous, or sarcastic, it picks up on that. Third, the voices sound surprisingly natural, not robotic at all.
In fact, OpenAI has continued to improve these voices. As of early 2026, the voice mode has become even smoother, with plans for a new bi-directional model that will allow real-time back and forth without awkward pauses.
So, what does that mean for you as a learner? It means you can have a genuine conversation, back and forth, just like with a human.
Let me give you an example. You could say, "Hey, ChatGPT, let's practice ordering food at a restaurant." And then you start speaking. ChatGPT will play the role of the waiter. You respond, it responds. You interrupt to ask a question, it adjusts.
That's not just practice, it's immersion. And you can do it from your living room in your pajamas at 10 p.m. on a Sunday.
Now, before we move on, a quick note. Voice mode is available on the ChatGPT mobile app for iOS and Android. It requires a ChatGPT Plus subscription for the most advanced features, but there is also a free tier with basic voice capabilities.
And for those of you who are visual learners, you can also use the dictation mode. Just tap the microphone icon in the text box, and your spoken words will be converted to text. ChatGPT responds in writing, but you're still practicing speaking.
So we've got the tool. Now the question is, what do we actually say to ChatGPT? How do we get the best results? The secret to using ChatGPT effectively is something called prompting. A prompt is simply the instruction you give to the AI, and the quality of your prompt directly affects the quality of the response.
Think of it like this. If you say to a human friend, "Help me with English," that's too vague. They won't know where to start. Same with ChatGPT. You need to be specific.
Here's a bad prompt. Let's talk. And here's a good prompt. Act as a friendly English tutor. Let's have a conversation about my daily routine. Ask me simple questions, correct my mistakes gently, and suggest better ways to say things.
That's much better. You've told ChatGPT what role to play, tutor, what topic to discuss, daily routine, what to do, ask questions, correct mistakes, suggest improvements.
Let me give you a few templates you can copy directly.
For beginners, act as a patient English teacher. I am a beginner. Ask me 5 simple questions about my family, my home, and my hobbies. After each answer, repeat my sentence correctly if I make a mistake. Speak slowly and clearly.
For intermediate learners, act as a conversation partner. Let's discuss the topic of travel. Ask me for my opinion, share your own thoughts, and introduce 3 new vocabulary words during our conversation. Do not interrupt me unless I pause for more than 5 seconds.
For advanced learners, act as a debate opponent. The topic is social media does more harm than good. Take the opposite side of whatever opinion I give. Challenge my arguments, ask for evidence, and speak at natural speed. Do not simplify your vocabulary.
You see how specific these are? That's the key. ChatGPT has been trained on a massive amount of text, but it needs direction to know exactly what you want.
Another powerful technique is to use system prompts, instructions you give at the very beginning of a conversation that set the rules for the entire chat.
For example, for this entire conversation, you are an English speaking coach. Your job is to help me improve my fluency. Do not correct every mistake, only correct mistakes that would confuse a native speaker. After every 3 of my responses, give me 1 piece of positive feedback and 1 suggestion for improvement.
Once you set that at the start, every response will follow those rules. That's incredibly powerful.
And if you're preparing for a specific exam like IELTS, you can tailor your prompts accordingly. Act as an IELTS speaking examiner. Ask me questions from IELTS Part 1, then Part 2, then Part 3. After my answers, give me a band score and tell me what I need to improve.
One more thing, you can also ask ChatGPT to explain grammar rules or correct your written sentences. For example, here's a sentence I wrote, "Yesterday I go to market." Please correct it and explain why.
ChatGPT will then respond, "The correct sentence is yesterday I went to the market," because yesterday indicates past tense, so you need to use went instead of go.
That's instant, personalized feedback. No waiting for a teacher to mark your homework.
So now we know how to prompt. Let's move on to the actual practice methods. 5 specific ways to use ChatGPT to improve your speaking.
The simplest method is just to talk. Open voice mode and start speaking about anything: your day, your feelings, a movie you watched, a problem at work.
The goal here is fluency, speaking without stopping, without translating in your head, without worrying about perfection.
Here's a good starter prompt. Let's have a casual conversation about anything. Ask me questions to keep me talking. Don't interrupt. Just listen and respond naturally.
And here's a tip. If you don't know a word, don't stop. Describe it. Say, "It's that thing you use to open a bottle." ChatGPT will probably understand and supply the word for you.
This is one of the most effective methods. You ask ChatGPT to act out a real-life situation, like checking into a hotel, ordering coffee, or calling a doctor's office.
For job seekers, this is a game changer. You can do a mock interview with ChatGPT. Use voice mode, upload the job description, and ask it to act as a hiring manager.
Here's a prompt. Act as a hiring manager for a marketing position. Conduct a 10-minute interview with me. Ask me common interview questions, then at the end, give me feedback on my answers and suggest improvements.
But it's not just for interviews. You can practice any scenario: returning a faulty product to a shop, negotiating a salary, complaining about a hotel room, or even breaking bad news to a colleague.
In fact, a recent report showed that young professionals are using ChatGPT voice mode to rehearse salary negotiations, deliver tough feedback, and navigate workplace conflict, all before the real conversation ever happens.
That's preparation you can't get from a textbook.
ChatGPT is not a dedicated pronunciation tool. It doesn't show you tongue positions or analyze your phonemes, but it can still help.
One method is shadowing, listening to a sentence and repeating it immediately, trying to copy the rhythm, stress, and intonation exactly.
You can ask ChatGPT to provide sentences for shadowing. Give me 5 English sentences for shadowing practice. Speak each sentence clearly, then pause so I can repeat after you.
For specific words you struggle with, try this. Teach me how to pronounce the word comfortable. Say it slowly, then normal speed. Give me a tip about where to put the stress.
ChatGPT can also generate tongue twisters to warm up your mouth. Give me 3 English tongue twisters for practicing the TH sound.
However, we should be honest. ChatGPT's speech recognition transcribes your voice into text, but it doesn't do detailed phonetic analysis. It can't tell you exactly how your tongue should be positioned for R versus L.
That's true. For serious pronunciation training, dedicated tools are better. But for general fluency, rhythm, and stress, ChatGPT is very helpful.
This method builds your ability to speak at length, a crucial skill for exams and real conversations.
You ask ChatGPT to give you a prompt, and then you speak for 1 or 2 minutes without stopping. For example, give me a random topic. I will speak about it for 2 minutes. Then give me feedback on my grammar, vocabulary, and coherence.
Some example topics: describe a place you remember from your childhood. Explain how to make your favorite dish. Tell me about a time you helped someone.
After you finish, ChatGPT can analyze your response. Please evaluate my speaking. Tell me, did I use correct tenses? Could I have used better vocabulary? Did my ideas flow logically?
This is like having a personal speaking coach who never gets tired of listening.
For advanced learners, debates are fantastic. They force you to think on your feet, use persuasive language, and defend your position.
Here's a prompt. Let's debate the topic. University education should be free for everyone. You take the for position. I'll take the against position. Speak naturally and challenge my arguments.
The key is to ask ChatGPT to push back. If it just agrees with everything, you're not learning.
You can also use this method to prepare for speaking exams like IELTS or TOEFL, where you need to express and justify opinions quickly.
So those are the 5 methods: free conversation, role play, pronunciation practice, storytelling, and debates.
Now let's put it all together into a sample daily routine.
Consistency is more important than intensity. 20 minutes every day will transform your speaking much faster than 2 hours once a week.
Here's a routine you can follow. Minute 0 to 2, warm up. Start with a simple prompt. Let's have a casual conversation for 2 minutes. Talk to me about the weather, what I did this morning, anything. This wakes up your speaking muscles.
Minute 2 to 7, shadowing, 5 minutes. Prompt: give me 5 sentences for shadowing practice. Speak each one clearly, pause, then I'll repeat. Focus on matching the AI's rhythm and stress.
Minute 7 to 15, role play or conversation, 8 minutes. Choose a scenario, ordering food, checking into a hotel, a job interview. Use a specific prompt, like, act as a hotel receptionist. I'm checking in, but my booking is missing.
Minutes 15 to 18, feedback and correction, 3 minutes. Ask ChatGPT, please tell me 2 things I did well and 2 things I could improve in the last conversation.
Minutes 18 to 20, review, 2 minutes. Finally, summarize 3 new words or phrases we used today and give me example sentences.
That's 20 minutes. You've warmed up, shadowed, had a real conversation, received feedback, and reviewed new vocabulary, all without leaving your house.
And the best part? You can do this at 6 a.m. before work, during your lunch break, or right before bed. ChatGPT is always there.
Now, we promised you an honest review, so let's talk about what ChatGPT cannot do.
First, ChatGPT is not a human. It doesn't have real emotions, real experiences, or real understanding. It simulates conversation brilliantly, but it's still a simulation.
Second, its pronunciation feedback is limited. It can hear you through your microphone, but it converts your speech to text. It doesn't analyze your pronunciation phonetically.
Third, ChatGPT can sometimes make mistakes. It might misunderstand you, give incorrect grammar explanations, or repeat itself.
Fourth, voice mode requires a good internet connection and a reasonably quiet environment. Background noise can confuse it.
So what's the bottom line? Use ChatGPT as a tool, not a crutch. It's amazing for building fluency, confidence, and vocabulary. It's great for practicing real-life scenarios, but don't rely on it exclusively.
Combine it with other methods. Listen to real podcasts, watch English movies, talk to real people when you can. The best learning happens when you use multiple approaches.
And remember, the goal is not perfect AI conversations. The goal is to become so comfortable speaking that when you meet a real person, you feel ready.
Let's review some key words from today's episode.
Prompt: an instruction you give to an AI to tell it what to do. Example: a good prompt gets you a good response.
Voice mode, a feature that allows you to speak to ChatGPT and hear it speak back rather than typing.
Shadowing, a practice technique where you listen to a sentence and repeat it immediately, copying the speaker's rhythm and intonation.
Role play, acting out a real-life scenario, like a job interview or a restaurant conversation, to practice specific language skills.
Fluency, the ability to speak smoothly and continuously without unnatural pauses or struggling for words.
Pronunciation, the way in which a word is spoken, including sounds, stress, and intonation.
Correction, when someone tells you a mistake you made and shows you the right way.
Immersion, surrounding yourself with a language so that you hear, speak, and think in it constantly.
Try using these words in your own ChatGPT conversations this week. For example, can you help me with shadowing practice? Or let's do a role play of a job interview. So there you have it, the ChatGPT method for speaking English.
We've covered what ChatGPT is, how voice mode works, how to write effective prompts, 5 powerful practice methods, a complete daily routine, and the honest limitations.
The most important thing is to start. Open the app today. Tap the headphone icon. Say something. Anything. Your first conversation might feel strange, but your 10th will feel natural, and your 100th will feel effortless.
We'd love to know, what's the first thing you'll try? A job interview simulation? A debate about your favorite topic? Let us know in the comments.
If this video helped you, please give it a like, subscribe to English Master Channel, and share it with a friend who's also learning English.
Thank you for spending this time with us. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and remember, every conversation, even with an AI, makes you stronger.
We'll see you in the next video.
Bye for now.